Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to the video podcast of City on a Hill. We're here with the preaching team tonight, and we're hanging out at Len's place. We're going to have a meeting soon, and we just wanted to give you a sneak peek into just our processing together of this series on the book of Revelation that we've been doing. We call it Faith in the Dragonlands, Faith in the Land of Dragons and Beasts, Wild Images. And yeah, just really wanted to hear from you guys something that maybe that you took away from this series, something that you learned, maybe something that surprised you or that you didn't know before. That's just, the Lord has spoken to you in that way. Anyone want to go first? Caleb looks like he wants to go first. He's ready to.
That feels like proximity.
Here we go. Go for it, Caleb.
Well, first off, I love the title, Faith in the Dragonlands. Like that just is a really, really neat expression of, I've always had I think a pretty thick imagination. So to work through a series that uses the term Dragonlands, I think is just a pretty neat thing. So I think
Brought out that medieval spirit.
yes, a lot of my like non-work or non-school reading happens between the 9th and the 14th century. So it's just there's a little bit of that.
Actual dragons.
There are dragons in there. Yes. I think a lot of it for me, just in the reading through and the processing, was almost the like reverse of what tends to happen with Revelation, in that what does this mean? And it has to have a specific meaning. And I think I was able to just kind of like be free from trying to like determine that. Like it happened in a dream and in a vision. So that was a big deal for me.
Cool.
So loosening the grip.
Yeah, I like that.
I made this for you.
Thank you very much. Yep. I'm going to piggyback off of what he said, that when it came time to prepare for the week I was assigned, to look past trying to identify what every single sign and symbol in that letter meant. You know, I always pictured one of those worksheets you get in school, and you have all these definitions on one side, and then you have the term on the other, and you're trying to like draw lines between. And I just kind of threw that out and looked at some of the larger themes as to what it might be saying. I enjoyed how you introduced the three, well, at least three. I know there's a few more, but just three different approaches. You know, historically, future, and then ideal. And I think that was beneficial for the church to be exposed to those differences, because at least every other time that I've heard this book talked about or preached, only one approach is mentioned, and it's like, this is it. You know, so depending on where you come from in your religious tradition, your theological background, you might only be familiar with one. You might know that there are others, but you only get the caricatures. You don't really get a chance to. I think we came away with some ability to explain the different approaches. So even if we come away and say, I don't know about that one, at least we understand it to be able to explain it. So I think that was good.
So you didn't feel like you had to go into one like interpretive scheme in this series, like you were able to look at it.
I felt free, and I've picked it up from a couple of authors. One, he always would say, he says, systems cheat, because you when you have one, then you're trying to make stuff fit and it doesn't quite fit, and either you just kind of discard it or ignore it, or you try to come up with some explanation for it. But if you don't have to feel that you have to find or even like one system and just read it, like I got to read the book. This is probably the first time I've read the entire book through, like in one. I think I did it in 2 sittings, and that gave me a different perspective on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like I think I agree with you. It's like if you start you become too tight about all the different symbols and all of the different, you try to interpret, it's almost like you lose perspective. Like you have to zoom out and let go a little bit of the specifics sometimes in order to see the bigger picture. One thing for me that was really interesting just in preparing was that whole Leto myth that I had never fully paused to fully study that, but just seeing all of these, cultural backdrops to the symbolism, the Old Testament, definitely the Old Testament links, but also, the Greco-Roman culture, mythology links in the book. That was kind of surprising for me. It's like, wow, this is really like this is a place where the kingdom of God and the culture of the day really butt heads, but God uses all of that creatively to tell the story of Jesus, and that's a different way of looking at the book, and we went through some judgment texts. It was heavy a couple weeks. It's like another cycle of drama landing on the world. And then this week we're going to be closing. Yeah, thank you guys for your perspective. I think that's helpful. On to the next.